Hey everybody, it's Chad from Colorado Giants. It's October 4th. That's a Friday. We have Bernie loaded into the back of the truck, so that can only mean one thing. It's way off day. Okay, so when I mean it's way off day, I actually mean it's way off time. Today's Friday and it's like 5:30 or something. So today is obviously not way off day. It's way off time. The way off is tomorrow, and I do have Bernie loaded into the truck here, and he's bigger than I thought it was going to be. So this is the 1911 Urena crossed with the 1984 Baron. And this, like I've said from the beginning, this is a pumpkin that I think will go heavy. I haven't weighed it in the last 2 or 3 weeks, ever since I told you when I did it last. So I will be surprised. You know, deep down, I hope it'll be 800 pounds or more. But if it's in the mid to high sevens, I'll be happy. But we'll see. So let's go through the process of how we got Bernie into the truck. All right, we're flipped around here so I can really point things out and do some learning. So if you have a pumpkin, I would say that guy's about 400, maybe 500, probably closer to 400 pounds. If they get any larger than that, it's really a hard time to lift that with more than 4 people. So you're going to want to switch to something like a tripod. So these are 16-foot 4x4s cut at an angle at the top, so that they made up pretty well with one another. And then I put a solid steel dowel through the center. Once that is up in the air, then we I'll show you. So what I do is I stake the back, I drive a stake into the ground, and I start to lift it up. And then as these front legs get lifted up, I have another piece of rebar that you can see better on this side. That I drive down into the dirt right here, and I kind of just inch it up, and I walk it, and this may be on overlay right now that you are watching, maybe not, but I'll insert a video of me actually doing that process a little bit. But once the tripod's up, then I take this chain and I hang the chain from the top, and then from the chain I hang the engine hoist right there, just a Harbor Freight engine hoist. That'll set you back no more than $40. And then hanging from the engine hoist is the lifting ring. So this is made by a guy named Kyle Davis. It's called the King Ring. Number of people make these, or locations make these. Kyle's a real good guy, so that's where I got mine from. And it has served me flawlessly for the last 4 years. Cannot complain about it even a little bit. So that is how you lift your giant pumpkin. Okay, so now that the pumpkin is loaded, you have to clean your pumpkin. So if you're taking your pumpkin to a GPC weigh-off, the pumpkin must be free of any foreign debris. So if you've been spraying with like fertilizers or fungicides or insecticides or anything like that, you need to make sure that it is not on your pumpkin. So here we are at the spray wash. Going to give the old pumpkin a scrub-a-dub-dub, and we'll rinse it off. So washing the pumpkin, giving it a good old scrubby-dubby-dubby. And I'll use 2 hands for this, so we'll be back. Now rinse it off. This is not like a super high pressure washer, so it's not going to like peel off the skin or anything. Just washing it off. Alright, and that is how you do that. One wash, clean, and pretty pumpkin, free of pesticides or any pollutants or toxins. If any kids are touching the pumpkin, that is the spirit of that rule. You don't want anybody to get sick or, you rub up on something that you may have been spraying in your patch. So there we go. There is Bernie, the 1911 crossed with the 1984. Okay, so this one is pretty interesting to me. Here is the bushel gourd. I didn't chop off the main vine. I've cleared pretty much, as you can see. I don't think I mentioned that. You surely have inferred, but I cleared all the plants away, even this 1211 alts. This one has the gnarliest stump out of all of them. I've kept them connected. That one I chopped off by mistake. Whoops. But the bushel gourd, it looks fantastic. This guy, so remember how I've been complaining all season about how it can't be 60, 70, or 80 pounds or whatever? I don't know what I've been doing wrong, but I was measuring wrong. This actually estimates at about 160 pounds. The state record is, I want to say it's 175 or 177. So now I'm really kicking myself that I didn't pay more attention to this, because I'm pretty darn close to the state record. Like, I would have cut off all of those gourds that were on this plant, or maybe I would have fertilized sometimes in the last 2 months. So oops on that one. It'll especially be an oops if I'm only a few pounds away. Then like those things, I'll really I'll be frustrated that I let them grow. The last thing we need to do before the weigh off is, well, there's 2 things. A local growers, Greg, or rather Leaf and his dad, Greg, are going to come help me lift up that pumpkin, or rather that gourd, with the lifting tarp, and we'll put that on the tailgate. Okay, Emily's going to cut the bushel gourd. All right, the bushel gourd has stopped growing. No more growth on the bushel gourd. Do you think it's a state record?
Yes.
And here is here's the long gourd. So this is the correct way to take off your long gourd and transport it to a weigh off. I mean, this is still a hard-shelled gourd, but they do get a little floppy, especially when they're this tall. So this is a 10-foot 2x4, and I would say, there's about 2 foot. So I'd say our gourd is about 8 foot or so. Yeah, so this should, I would say, I have a real good chance of winning this weigh off with this gourd, but came up a little short in the state record category. Maybe next year. That is always my seems to be my perpetual saying, is always next year. So yeah, we'll try and take some footage at the weigh off. That'll probably be a separate video. Thanks for watching. We're going to do something a little bit different. Since we've hit 500 subscribers, we're going to have 2 contests. Guess the weight of Bernie the pumpkin. Comment below. The one who is closest with the weight will get a free t-shirt, and then that will also double whammy as the 500 subscriber giveaway. So we'll give away 2 t-shirts. We're going to choose somebody at random. I'll probably put Maxwell in charge of that, choosing a name at random, and then whoever is closest to the weight of Bernie. Price is Right method. You can't go over. If you bid $1 and nobody else gets in between, then you win. So comment below what you think Bernie will be. We'll probably have a video out on Tuesday of what his actual weight is. So thanks for subscribing, guys. We hit that 500 subscribers, but hey, let's go to 1,000. We'll make 1,000 next, and next year you can see the tanks over there. We're already starting to get things together for next season, so we've got a lot in store. Subscribe, stick with us, comment below the weight of Bernie, and then just the general contest where thanks for subscribing. We'll send you some free stuff. Have a good one. Get out there and grow a pumpkin.